I don't remember this much drama just about whether there will be a summit before. Are we really watching the negotiation play out?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. I think the negotiations have already begun. I think in a sense they began with the debate about what the word denuclearization means and which model, the Libyan model or something else, would be appropriate. And in a sense, it was probably, topsy-turvy, but better than having these kinds of disagreements surface only in the Singapore summit, because I think you could have had a catastrophic breakdown if you had had such divergence at that time when everyone had met with great expectations and the hope that a deal could be quickly arranged, both sides having a lot invested in that possibility, and then all of a sudden the meeting coming to naught. So I think it's better that the negotiations actually begin now. And as you point out, it's not really a face-to-face process. Some of it's by Twitter, some of it's by calling summits on and off, some of it's shuttle diplomacy with the South Korean president. But I think it all is starting to move us in a direction that could potentially produce some opportunities.
Well, it's reminiscent a little bit about negotiating over the size and shape of the table over in Paris a long time ago. But what will that table look like when it comes to denuclearization? Because it feels like the administration, the Trump administration, started out with, you've got to get rid of everything before we do anything. And the other side said, we're not going to get rid of anything. We're not sure we ever will. Where will they end up in terms of what the terms of reference will be when they go into that negotiation, assuming it happens?
Well, that's right. First, I'm not going to predict success. I'm not going to say that it will lead to a compromise, but I think the natural compromise is something along the lines of first freezing and capping the production of more North Korean nuclear and long-range missile capability, and then dismantling their ability to produce any more of those longer-range weapons or nuclear weapons, and then finally having the existing warheads come out at the end of the process, which could be, I still think, years away. Now, I think President Trump would obviously like to have some of the warheads come out right away, maybe even all of them. He's not going to get that latter wish. He may be able to persuade the North Koreans to give up some fraction of their existing weapons soon, but I think it's more realistic to stop them from making weapons as the first step. And that would also allow him to claim the North Korea deal is better than the Iran deal that he recently threw away, because, of course, that Iran deal did not permanently prevent Iran from enriching uranium. Whereas if he were able, in this case, to prevent North Korea from ever again enriching uranium or producing plutonium, he could say that he had done better than any of his predecessors with either Iran or North Korea.